El supuesto viaje de chicas, de mi esposa era una farsa. La verdad explotó dentro de nuestra casa. The text message arrived at 2 a.m., lighting up my phone like a warning flare. Having the best time. Miss you, babe. XOXO. It was from Sarah, my wife of 8 years, supposedly on a girls' trip to Miami with her college friends. I'd encouraged her to go. Work had been stressful and she deserved a break. But something about the photo attached felt off. Palm trees, a cocktail in hand, but her smile looked forced, her eyes distant. I shook it off. Paranoia, I told myself. We'd been solid. High school sweethearts, married young. Built a life in our cozy suburban home. 2 kids, a dog, the whole package. Sarah was the planner, the spark. I was the steady one, working long hours as an IT consultant to keep us afloat. Trust was our foundation. Or so I thought. The trip was her idea, sprung on me last minute. Just us girls, spa days, beaches, no boys allowed. She'd laughed, packing her suitcase with bikinis I hadn't seen before. I kissed her goodbye at the airport, waved as she disappeared into security. That was Friday. By Sunday, doubt crept in like fog. Her posts on social media were sparse. A group selfie with blurry faces, a sunset over the ocean. But when I called, her voice was rushed, background noise muffled. Hotel bars packed, she'd say. Talk tomorrow? I nodded to an empty line. Monday morning, I worked from home. The house eerily quiet without her laughter echoing from the kitchen. The kids were at school. I had the place to myself. That's when the doorbell rang. A delivery guy handed me a small package addressed to Sarah. No sender label. Curiosity gnawed at me. I shouldn't have opened it, but I did. Inside was a USB drive and a note. Thought you should know. My hands trembled as I plugged it into my laptop. Videos. Photos. Time-stamped from the weekend. Sarah wasn't in Miami. She was in a luxury cabin upstate, the kind we talked about renting for anniversaries. And she wasn't alone. There, in grainy footage from what looked like hidden cameras, was her with him, my boss Derek. Laughing, tangled in sheets, toasting with champagne. The girls' trip was a cover for a weekend affair. The world tilted. Bile rose in my throat. Derek, the slick executive who'd promoted me last year. Always flirting at company parties. I'd laughed it off. He's harmless, Sarah had said once, her cheeks flushing. Now it made sense, the late nights at work events, her sudden interest in my office gossip. I paced the living room, heart pounding like a war drum. Betrayal burned through me. Hot and unrelenting. How long? Why? I called her. Voicemail. Texted. We need to talk. Now. No reply. By evening, she was home early, suitcase in hand, feigning exhaustion. Flight got bumped up, she said, kissing my cheek. Her perfume mixed with something unfamiliar. His cologne? I forced a smile, played along. Dinner was tense. The kids chattered about school while I watched her, searching for cracks in her facade. That night in bed, I confronted her. Where were you really? She froze. What do you mean? Miami. I pulled out the USB. This says otherwise. Her face crumpled. Tears came fast, rehearsed maybe. It was a mistake. Derek. It just happened. I love you. We can fix this. Fix this. I whispered, voice breaking. You lied. Planned it. With my boss. She reached for me, I recoiled. The truth exploded in our home like a grenade. Shrapnel of shattered trust embedding deep. I slept on the couch, mind racing through memories. Our wedding vows, the birth of our son, lazy Sundays. All tainted. Morning brought cold clarity. Divorce? Custody battles? No. I wanted justice. Revenge. Not the explosive kind, that was too easy. Something calculated, surgical. Derek had power. Sarah had my heart. I'd dismantle both. First I secured evidence. Copied the files, hired a PI discreetly. Turns out it wasn't their first rendezvous. Emails, hotel receipts dating back 6 months. My promotion? Probably pity or a distraction. I didn't quit my job. Instead I excelled. Stayed late, volunteered for projects under Derek. He clapped me on the back, oblivious. You're killing it, man, he'd say. Inside I seethed. At home I played the wounded husband. Sarah begged forgiveness, cooked my favorites, initiated intimacy. I let her think reconciliation was possible. Therapy? She suggested. I nodded but never booked. Phase 2 exposure. Not public humiliation that would hurt the kids. Targeted strikes. I anonymously tipped off Derek's wife, Emily, a sharp lawyer who'd always been kind at gatherings. Sent her select photos via burner email. Within days, she filed for divorce citing infidelity. Derek's world cracked. Alimony battles, custody fights. At work, rumors swirled. His focus slipped. Clients noticed. Next, the company. As IT lead, I had access to servers. Ethically gray, but betrayal erodes ethics. I discovered irregularities in Derek's expense reports. Lavish trips billed as business, including the cabin weekend. Flagged them to HR anonymously. Investigation launched. Derek was suspended pending review. Sarah sensed the shift. What's happening with Derek? She asked one night, eyes wide. I shrugged. Karma, maybe. Her panic grew. Texts from him stopped. He was fighting fires on all fronts. Our marriage? A hollow shell. I filed for divorce quietly, citing irreconcilable differences. She fought at first, then crumbled when I showed her the full dossier. How did you get all this? Doesn't matter, I said. You exploded our life. Now deal with the fallout. She moved out to her sister's, taking half the furniture. The kids split time, confused but resilient. I explained gently. Mom and Dad need space. No poison, revenge wasn't about them. Derek resigned before the axe fell. Last I heard, he was job hunting in another state, reputation in tatters. Emily took the house, the cars. Sarah. She got a waitressing gig. Her dreams of luxury dashed. She called once, sobbing. I never meant to hurt you. But you did, I replied. And I survived. Now months later, the house feels lighter. I remodeled the bedroom, erased her traces. Dating again, slowly, carefully. A new woman, honest eyes, no secrets. Work promoted me to Derek's old position. Irony tastes sweet. Sometimes I think of that USB, the explosion it ignited. Pain lingers, a scar tissue reminder. But revenge? It rebuilt me stronger. The supposed girls' trip was the farce that ended us, but it birthed my freedom. I walk through my home now, doors open to new beginnings. The truth didn't just explode. It cleared the wreckage for something better.